Simon Muderack, Executive Chairman, Scarlets Rugby. We're making a couple of changes at the same time, and they're all about driving performance of the club both on the field and off the field. It's no secret we're unhappy with our performance on the field this year, so looking to the future there are things that we need to invest in order to drive that performance forward. And also off the field, particularly coming off the back of a couple of tough years coming out of COVID, it's really important for us to look to the future and build out the executive team so that we can build a platform for further investment to drive success. But for us, we have to find ways in which we can continue to move forward. We can only control our own destiny within these four walls effectively. And that's very much what these changes are around. The discussions outside of the club in terms of the Welsh ecosystem and where that sits within the heart of the rest of the rugby landscape, those are still ongoing, but we really need to get on with things on a day-to-day basis within the club to the best of our ability now. So we deliberately announced the new structure at the same time so that people can see the bigger picture. A number of those changes are effective immediately, and there are some open positions, one of which we hope will fill very shortly, and another is really more likely to line up with the beginning of next season. There's still a lot of work to be done, a lot of hard work to be done, and that may take some time, but ultimately this is about getting us back to being a successful club, both on and off the field. On the field very specifically, generating more talent than from a size perspective you'd normally associate from a club like this, achieving success both in the league and also what I think is very important for our fans at the European level too. So Dwayne Peel remains head coach of the first 15 and is very much responsible for on-field performance, but the rugby performance director comes in to help Dwayne drive culture and overall performance around the rugby environment. So it's very much a supportive role that allows Dwayne to focus on on-field coaching, while this individual, and we're looking for somebody very strong to come into the club to build into our rugby culture, our rugby environment, supports the broader rugby performance, looking to the future rather than simply week-to-week on-field performance. So winning on the field obviously does make you feel better, and it's really important that we do win on the field, but it's not about waiting for Dwayne and the team to win on the weekend. These appointments are about investing in the future and providing an environment that underpins and sustains success over the long term. I think we've had some success in our development pathway over the past 12 months, but right at the heart of the Scarlet strength is really the developing of homegrown talent from the region. So for us, we see that as very much our future, sits within the heart of our culture. And if there's a successful development pathway, then there's a successful first 15 team out there on the field. I mean, it is very much at the core of our DNA. A 150-year-old club that's very proud to represent West Wales in its entirety. I'd argue, a club that's been a true region for quite some time. So developing homegrown talent, as well as augmenting that with people from the outside who buy into our culture, who buy into our location, who buy into our DNA as a club is really important for us. But yes, development of homegrown talent is at the core of who we are. And these investments in part are there to make sure that we do that successfully going forward into the future. So these appointments will support the EDC setup that we've now put in place, working in collaboration with Carmarthen Quins and Llandovery. A number of people around the club have worked very hard on that, as have both of those teams over the past 12 months. But this investment allows further support to that principle. And then secondly, the regional development centres, which again, a number of people have worked really hard on, which is key to our future success. These appointments will provide further support yet again to develop those capabilities. It's one big club, and we have to constantly remind ourselves of all the activities that go on and all the things that we do. And each other's success, feeds into the greater whole. So it's really important that we understand everything that's going on. We probably need to do a better job of communicating about that too. There's typically, everyone wants to talk about the first 15, and that's clearly the number one priority ultimately for the club. But there is a lot of work that goes on around the place, and we need to put all of that together and enjoy that and continue to invest in it. The under-18 success has been a shining light in terms of success for the season so far. It's also been great to see the women's team out here playing at the park and the success they've achieved in a relatively short period of time. And our community programs have really ramped up over the past 12 months. So there are green shoots for optimism, and we need to continue to invest in those areas, because ultimately that will come through in terms of the first 15 performance we see out on the pitch, as well as putting a smile on people's faces all across our community and the region. So firstly, really happy for John in securing this role, and very grateful that he's been willing to accept the challenge as well. As you said, John's got a unique experience with his intimate understanding of on-field aspects of the club and indeed our entire region and the setup around it. And I'm sure that will stand him in good stead in terms of achieving success off the field in the operations role going forward. I do think it's important to have that rugby knowledge in order to ensure success at the commercial level within the game, and certainly for this club with its deep roots into our community and the heritage across the entire region. John's innate understanding of those aspects of who we are as a club, I think are crucially important. Diligent financial management is very important for this ongoing success and sustainability of the club. As I've said several times already today, the last couple of years have been incredibly challenging, and Phil and his team's management of our finances during that period has been critical to the very continued existence of the business. That's not going to change anytime soon. So focus on this role. And also looking forward the ability to, within that role, look at investments into the future is really, really important. So, finance is not just about managing the purse strings and conserving cash, but it's also about making the correct investment decisions, and we have to get back to growth. Rugby's been a tough environment for the past couple of years, and I think we're very lucky that we've got very loyal staff who've worked incredibly hard through difficult circumstances. We're under-resourced, I think, as every rugby club on the planet is at the moment. But the staff continue to come to work, put a shift in and help and do their bit to help make the club successful as best as they possibly can. I think for those people, particularly those who've been here over the past couple of years, we are looking to the future. We are trying to find ways in which we can grow, create opportunities, do things better, and we have to look forward and do so with optimism. And these investments are necessary in order for us to drive success, as I said, both on and off the field. Well, firstly, thanks for everyone's ongoing support. I know the past couple of years with COVID, and more recently with on-field success, times have not been what we would have hoped for them to be, as well as within the broader context of Welsh rugby. It has been a challenging time. But certainly today's changes are evidence of our commitment to the future, our willingness to invest in the future, the success of the under-18s, the growth in terms of our community investment that I referenced earlier. These are tangible signs that show the club is continuing to look forward to the future, continuing to make investment, and continuing to do things that will drive ultimately success and performance of the entire club.